actually is.
Many Americans come to Washington, D.C. to see the Washington Monument. And what are we going to do? Put it in Portland? I mean, come on.
I want football back. By the way, are you watching? I want football.
I've never heard the president use the language that assertedly is said in that article about him calling the military suckers and losers.
He can't come back to New York. He better have an army if he thinks he's going to walk down the street in New York.
That in America, we don't tear down the past, we celebrate our heroes, we preserve our history, and we build the future.
1 week covering Washington. My week continues. This weekend, I'll be hosting Fox News Sunday, and for
sees Lester Holt. Take a look.
I think he'll win another term as president.
So Donald Trump will do anything and everything within which to win. And I believe that includes manipulating the ballots. I believe that he would even go so far as to start a war in order to prevent himself from being removed from office. My biggest fear is that there will not be a peaceful transition of power in 2020.
tonight, the firestorm over President Trump and the troops. The president denying a bombshell report. He called America's fallen service members, quote, losers and suckers. Our correspondent inside the Oval Office asking the president, does he owe an apology? And Joe Biden calling the alleged remarks disgusting and evoking his late son, saying when Beau Biden served in Iraq, he was no sucker. And the network exclusive with Michael Cohen, the president's former lawyer.
I believe that he would even go so far as to start a war.
What he says the president would do to stay in power. Protesters and police clashing after that video of police restraining Daniel Prude, who later died. The police union now defending the officers. The man suspected of shooting a Trump supporter in Portland, killed in a hail of gunfire. The interview with his final words. The dire new warning this Labor Day weekend. Over 400,000 COVID deaths projected by January. New fears holiday crowds may trigger another surge. Our NBC News exclusive, behind the scenes with the TSA, their new security upgrades. And in the same boat, the unlikely team-up inspiring America.
This is NBC Nightly News with Lester Holt.
Good evening, I'm Jose Diaz-Balart in for Lester Holt. We begin tonight with the firestorm for President Trump over comments he's accused of making about America's fallen heroes. The president today forcefully denying a report that he called service members killed at war losers and suckers. His opponent, Joe Biden, calling the alleged remarks disgusting and demanding an apology. Our Peter Alexander was in the Oval Office today and asked the president about the controversy.
President Trump tonight firing back after that explosive report alleging he made disparaging comments about military members.
Sir, do you need to apologize to service members and veterans?
No, it was a fake story written by a magazine that was probably not going to be around much longer.
The president responding to the Atlantic report that he rejected a 2018 trip to an American cemetery in France, saying, why should I go to that cemetery? It's filled with losers, and calling the Marines buried there suckers for getting killed. The story cites 4 people with first-hand knowledge, but does not name them, and NBC News has not independently confirmed the details. The White House says the trip was scratched because bad weather made it unsafe for Marine One to fly. Former National Security Advisor John Bolton, now a Trump critic, was on the trip and said he didn't hear him make the comments. Tonight, Joe Biden, whose late son Beau served in Iraq, with this furious response.
Well, my son volunteered and joined the United States military as the Attorney General and went to Iraq for a year, won the Bronze Star and other commendations. He wasn't a sucker.
Condemning the president's reported comments.
Who the heck does he think he is?
The president has made derogatory comments in public on camera about service and sacrifice in the past. Candidate Trump attacking John McCain, a former Vietnam POW who lost the 2008 presidential election.
So I never liked him as much after that because I don't like losers. He's a war hero because he was captured. I like people that weren't captured, okay? I hate to tell you.
The president last night falsely claiming he never called McCain a loser, while taking credit for approving ceremonial honors for McCain's funeral. President Trump today under pressure praising all those who serve.
There's nobody that considers the military, and especially people that have given their lives in the military. To me, they're heroes.